You got this opportunity for this amazing digital marketing job, but you're nervous, you're stressed out. What are they gonna ask you? What should you prepare? What if something goes wrong and you don't have the right answer? Will you lose a job? Will you get it? Hey everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm gonna teach you how to ace that digital marketing job interview. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way, when I go live, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, you'll get notified. Question: have you ever applied for a digital marketing job and been like, hey, what are they gonna ask me? What do I need to know? Well, today, I'm gonna teach you the exact things you need to know to do really well. Tip number one, give past examples. Look, if you're going for an interview and a digital marketing job and you can show that you've done amazing stuff in the past, you're gonna be better off. If you don't have examples of client stuff that you've done or stuff that you've done for other jobs or other companies, well, what you should consider doing in the short run is creating your own website. When you create your own website and you start doing experiments, at least you can show that. That's better than nothing else out there. Another tip, when you're interviewing, look at the company you're applying to. See how they could improve. Go into the interview, be like, hey, are you open to suggestions? Well, based on what I can see, what you're doing, what your competition's doing, I would do 1, 2, and 3 that's different. Have you tested these things out? If so, what are the results? And if you're not sure to figure out what they're doing versus what their competitors are doing, check out tools like Ubersuggest. You can figure all this out for free on Ubersuggest by just putting in their URL, shows you what they rank for, how much traffic they're getting, their competitors, all the stuff that you need to give them advice, especially when it comes to SEO perspective and a paid advertising perspective. The other thing, I hate it when people interview with me and they use fancy words. Don't try to use buzzwords or fancy words to show that you're smart. Tell me how I can fix stuff. If you can't tell me how I can fix stuff, I don't care. And let's go over some of the most common questions. 1, what is your experience with digital marketing? If you can't break down what you've done, whether it's for someone else or your own experience running your own website, you're gonna have a tough time getting the job. What are your qualifications? How do you learn digital marketing? You need solid answers for this. And typically, you want to focus. Your qualification shouldn't be your jack of all trades. The market's changing. People aren't really hiring jack of all trades. They're hiring people who specifically specialize in tactics like SEO, pay-per-click, Facebook advertising. Heck, we have people in my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital, that just specialize in Facebook advertising. We have a whole different group of people that just specialize in Google AdWords. So it's okay to specialize. Companies prefer that. And we tend to hire people who specialize versus generalists. Because the ones who specialize, yeah, they may not be able to do everything, but the things they do, they're gonna do a much better job at it. You also wanna ask yourself, hey, what would you do differently in that company? In that marketing department, not just from tactical on the site, could be structurally, whatever it may be. If you can't answer that, then you're probably not gonna do too well in an interview. And it can't just be some general answers like, oh yeah, I would test out SEO, I would test out content marketing. Need specifics. Look, I noticed that your competitors blog on a lot of educational advice, and based on this data that I found from Ubersuggest, they're getting traffic and backlinks. But here's the thing. What they're lacking in their articles is A, B, and C. I think if we use Brian Dean's skyscraper technique and we covered on these points, we can outreach to all the people who link out to him, and here's some of the things that we can mention in the outreach email to get those people to link from our competitors to link to our sites. Then when we link to people in our articles, because I noticed when you guys write blog posts, you guys are barely linking to anyone. But when we link out to other players in the space, we can email them, let them know, and ask them to share our content. Do you see how I went really specific in that? That's what people want to see when you're being interviewed. You also are probably going to be asked, what digital marketing tools do you use? How would you deploy them if you got this job? How would you use them? You don't want to give generic answers like, I use Google Analytics. Everyone says they use Google Analytics. You need to get very specific and actually show. If you want to say, I use Google Analytics, you'll be like, well, I use Google Analytics and I know you guys do too, but have you guys been checking out the cohort report? I found that it's one of the most useful reports in Google Analytics that no one looks at. What a cohort report does is it shows you how many people are continually coming back to your site. If they continue to come back, you'll build a stronger brand. If they don't, you won't build a strong brand. Those are the types of questions people are going to ask, and when you have answers to them, that's how you ace your job. Now, if you have specific questions related to questions that you may get answered in a digital marketing job interview, let me know below. I'll answer it, and hopefully we can land you that job. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel.